as part of your due diligence on nature-based solutions projects, you might want to identify the risks of non-permanence. There are a number of different risks that can feed into this, but in this video we're going to look at the risk of fire. So here we have analysed historical fire data across this area to assess the risk to different project sites on fire events. So here we are looking at a time series on an annual basis over the last 10 years, which is showing us where different fires have been identified, and also identifying how many months in that year there has been a fire. We have also compiled this into a kind of entire data set for the entire 10 years, so where we are counting up the number of months in which a fire has occurred over this 10-year period. So we can see that 47 months out of the past 120, that's over the past 10 years, one location has had a fire in. So we can then compare that directly with the different project sites on the dashboard. So here we can see how much area is impacted by the fire. So this area at the top, which if I turn off some of the others, is the Samer. That seems to have the largest area impacted. But here we have a proposed project, and we can see that compared to that project, this one's experienced much less, but also that it's much more, the amount of area impacted by fire is much more consistent. Here we are looking at the occurrence of fire, so how many months each year was a fire detected. So again, if we filter, we can see that the Tumring project experienced, there were 8 months when there were fires detected in 2015. If we compare that to our proposed project site, we can see that on average there is maybe 1 month a year where fires detected, but 2013 and 2014 there was a few, 2019 there were a few extra months. So we can download all of this data out of Blox by pressing the download button and downloading this either as a spreadsheet or as an image. So in order to use this analysis for your own project site, I'm going to clear the map and clear the workflow. So if I click add an area, so I'm going to upload my project site. I'm going to look at a particular location in Brazil. So I'm going to add that to the map. So we can see this is our demonstration site here. If we then go to load project, and if we then search fire, so I think it's worth pointing out that there are a number of different data sets relating to fire. Some of them are useful for quickly identifying whether a fire has occurred, but for doing long-term analysis, which helps feed into that prediction of future fire risk and understanding the risk of non-permanence, we are using a specific data set to do this. So if we go to Analyze Fire Risk Monthly, if we click Open and then Load Without Areas, you can see the workflow loads up. So I'm then going to press Run. So we now have outputs loaded up onto the map, so we can see this total number of fire months. So over the past 10 years, there's only been 14 months in which fire has occurred. So that potentially means there's approximately 1 month a year where fire is detected at any particular location. We can see how much area is impacted, and so broadly on an annual basis this seems to be going up. But then the number of months is, it seems average over the area seems to change, but broadly since 2019 it's been on a downward trend. So hopefully you feel you're able to make use of this particular workflow to contribute towards understanding risks of non-permanence. Thank you very much.